You guys are buddies?
Yeah.
Buddies, how long have you been friends for?
2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get some? You just can't? Because I would be. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. All right. I just want to get to know the crowd before they left. Because they're like, get the fuck out of here. Especially Mike is high as fuck, playing games on his phone or whatever the fuck he's doing. What about you guys? Where are you guys from over there? Back there. Where are you guys from? Chicago? All right. You sound real sketchy. Shit, he's like Chicago. All right. Okay, that's cool. All right, you guys are ready for the last comedian? Yeah? Yeah? Cool. We had a good time, so please, if you like us, Instagram us, Facebook us, Pornhub us, whatever the hell you gotta do. This guy, he runs his own room up in Villa Park called Lunar Bar. He's been in the game for a while, and he's a cool dude. You will like him, and I like him. I think he's funny as fuck. Give it up for Chris Bongat. Did I say it right? Yeah, there you go, Chris.
How's it going, guys? How we doing tonight? You guys doing okay? You're ready for the last little bit we got? I'll get right into it right off the bat. I'm going to apologize for dressing like this in my 30s. I'm 34 years old and divorced, so I shouldn't look like what shows like NCIS thinks a hacker looks like. But I do. I'm not a hacker, but I'm a huge nerd. I'm wearing a goddamn Star Wars shirt. I'm a huge nerd. I've been getting into Dungeons & Dragons lately, and we hear Dungeons & Dragons. You guys familiar with that? I like it. I think it's a lot of fun. You get to live this cool fantasy life that you wouldn't get to experience normally. Like, for example, in this campaign, I get to be a dark elf who shoots fireballs and whose wife did not leave him. You know? It's like the ultimate fantasy. It's been a big year for me. I wore a condom for the first time. Thank you. Yeah, I know it sounds shady, but I always avoided it because my buddies are like, if you wear a condom, you can't feel anything. And I wanted to see if that was true. So last week I wore one to my dad's funeral. Yeah, right. It really helped me get through that. I don't feel shit for that bastard. Smooth sailings, that's what I'm saying. No, it's sad. It's sad when a loved one dies before you get a chance to say goodbye. I know, she mentioned her grandma recently. My grandma was like one of those long time coming kind of situations, so I knew that she was gonna pass. But luckily, that meant that I was able to talk to her right before she died, and I still remember the last words she said to me. They'll probably stay with me forever. She said, "Chris, you'll never get away with this." So this one's for you, Grandma. It's not all bad. It's all shit. Here's the thing about it. A little backstory for me. I quit doing drugs. I've been clean for about 2 years now. Thank you guys. I really appreciate that. I'm not gonna stand up here and lie to you and say that was easy, but I will say that when you're doing as many drugs as I was, you get to a certain point in your life when you realize that there's no greater high than lying to people about how you quit doing drugs.
Yeah!
Yeah. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. You have the respect of being clean, and you do a shit ton of drugs still, and it's kind of like a party all the time. I live my best life. I was watching this documentary about this guy who injects himself with rattlesnake venom. You ever see those weird Vice documentaries? Yeah, there's a guy who injects himself with rattlesnake venom every day. Just a little bit every day, because he thinks that he'll develop an immunity to rattlesnakes. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, that kind of makes sense to me. Right? And that's awesome, because this whole time I've been slowly but surely developing an immunity to cocaine snakes. You know, I do just like a little bit every day. Just a little bit. This happened to me recently. I stopped eating at the Burger King by my house. I stopped eating there because I found out that they fired a woman because she was peeing on the hamburger meat and giving it to customers. Yeah. So now I eat at the Burger King like 2 towns away. Just because I heard that she works there now. You know, you get used to something and you just kind of That's a fast food joke. Yeah, so, dating's weird. Dating's weird. I think it's weird because people have weird expectations when they're trying to see people. For some reason, people really like a bad boy. And I don't know if you can tell by my Star Wars shirt, but I'm not that kind of guy. Like last week, I saw a spider so big, I was late for work. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm rocking. But still, sometimes women will come up to me and they'll try to flirt with me. They'll be like, well, tell me about yourself. Are you a bad boy? Are you dangerous? And I'm like, well, I'm 5'5". So I'm in constant danger. Pretty much all the time on the way here. 5'5", it's not super tall, it's kind of short. I'm not self-conscious about it, but at the same time, I probably shouldn't get too cocky, like around a hawk. A big bird. And I know that sounds stupid, and I know that a hawk couldn't physically pick me up off the ground. But what if there was two hawks? The math starts to check out then. Two hawks that know teamwork. You never know when that'll come up in the wild. I used to watch Animal Planet a lot. The other thing that sucks about being short is that it's a little bit more expensive than you think it's gonna be. No short people? Anyone else here? God damn it. Oh, here, let me explain. Okay, so, I use a lot less material in my clothes than most guys. So I feel like I should be paying less than most guys. Like, I feel like the cost of clothes should be prorated. Does that make sense to you? Like, these same pants for guys 6 feet tall cost exactly the same. How does that make sense? So I'm paying tall guy prices, but I'm not getting tall guy results. In fact, every time I see someone on Tinder say swipe left if you're less than 6 feet tall, I should automatically get a coupon for pants. That's only fair. That's only fair. I think we can all agree that the best part of a relationship is the beginning, right? The beginning, it's always the most fun. It's like the honeymoon period. That's when everything's new and the sex is still good. But sometimes that can go away like really fast, like super fast. I was seeing this girl, and after 1 week, she said I wasn't allowed to come on her face anymore. Yeah, I know. Right? After just 1 week, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it's demeaning. And it wakes her up. Light sleepers, am I right? I like whispering stuff into the microphone. That's really good. I mean, on the flip side, you could date someone for way too long, you'd be married or something like that, and it gets a little stale, and then someone will try to do this thing where they introduce relationship coupons. You guys hear of those? Like sexy coupons. Like a coupon for like a free back rub, or a coupon for a free blowjob. And I always thought that was like a shitty way to save the doomed relationship, right? But that was until I found out that some people accept competitors' coupons. Yeah, now I'm all about savings all the time. Like that's my thing. I'm frugal like a motherfucker. Okay, we'll get off sex jokes for a little bit. I like Marvel movies. You guys fuck with Marvel movies? I love them. I think they're super fun, but they've ruined porn for me. Right back into sex stuff or right back into it. They've ruined porn for me because at the end of porn, I'll automatically wait for an after credit scene. It's weird. It never happens. It's weird to me. Yeah, but it would be awesome if it did. Like maybe the credits end and then it comes back on and she's toweling off. And then Nick Fury walks in the frame. And he's like, I just saw you take 8 dicks at the same time. So now I'm here to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative. I'm sorry, if you don't think taking 8 dicks at the same time is a superpower, then I have to ask how high is your dick tolerance? Because mine is super low. Like if you could take more than 0 dicks, you're a hero in my book. Right? Well, I mean, I don't know, maybe if there's like a bomb strapped to a busload of orphans, and they're like, Chris, you could save them. The bomber just has one demand. He'll let them go if you take 8 dicks at the same time. What do you say? They'll be like, I say, well, I think I have to call into work. Because I'm going to be going to a lot of orphan funerals. Oh, shut up, you don't know those orphans. You adopt them if you feel so bad. I'm an Asian guy. What was that? What was that, buddy? What a poorly timed laugh. I'm an Asian guy. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm an Asian guy. A lot of people think I'm Hispanic. Maybe I hope that's why you laughed. I don't know what the fuck that was about. A lot of people think I'm Hispanic. My parents, they look undeniably Asian, but they're divorced. So my stepdad is black, and my stepmom, she's white. You remember in old high school textbooks, you'd see a picture of a group of people that was like too diverse, like suspiciously diverse. That's us. Whenever we go out to restaurants, people are like, I don't think those people know each other in real life. It looks like they're posing for some kind of super progressive college. All inclusive. So as an Asian comic, I never really do Asian jokes because 50% of the people that raised me were not Asian. Like I have a super weak reference point for that. You know, like I'm kind of bad at being Asian. Like I just found out recently you're not supposed to call Asian people Orientals. Yeah, I just found out. Don't look at me. I grew up in an all-black neighborhood. What do you want from me? They say that shit there all the time. I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. I just found out. The worst part is I found out because a white woman corrected me. Yeah, you know, they like to do that. I was in a bar, and this guy was on this like weird racist tirade. He was like, all these Orientals can't drive. And I was like, hey man, that's a little racist. I have a perfect driving record. And I am Oriental. And then this lady chimed in, she was like, you can't say that. And I was like, yeah, get him. And she was like, I'm talking to the both of you. And that's when I became friends with that racist guy. Because the enemy of your enemy is some white lady. That's weird. I did 2 coupon jokes tonight. That's already, there's 5 more to go and we'll be done. I'm actually kind of a prude in the bedroom. I'm a little bit of a prude. I was hooking up with this girl the other night, and in the middle of it, she called me daddy. And I was like, that's gross. Don't call me that. Just call me dad. Yeah, you know, I thought I raised her better than that, you know. I also like anyone, it's a new world, it's 20, whatever year it is, I don't remember, I do a lot of drugs. It's a new year. A lot of people are kinkier now, right? No, not you guys. It's just missionary position all the way. Here we go. No, really, clap it up if you got a kink, because this is a safe room.
Yeah.
This guy and Greg. All right, Greg, what's your kink? Anything? Is it sighing a lot? Listen, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not one of those comics that does mean crowd work. I got bullied on the way here. We're good, all right? So, tickling?
Wow.
So you're like an Elmo. You're super hard to find in the 90s. That's what you are. That's awesome. So not what I was expecting at all. More like, I like redheaded chicks. That's usually what I hear. You're like tickling. I was like, I've never heard that before. I ask that question every fucking night, and that's the first time. Well, good for you, Greg. That's fucking awesome. You know, some people like weird stuff, and not Greg though. Greg's right on the money. Safe space. I like to role play in the bedroom. I like to role play. That's my thing. Right? If we're hooking up, chances are I'm gonna ask you to role play. Like in the middle of it, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, is it okay if we pretend that you're enjoying this?" Yeah. So I don't get around much. I did have a one. I think Stephanie brought this up, right? You period sex, right? I did have a one night stand with a woman who was on her period. Because I'm a grown ass man. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's fucking right. And she tricked me. 100% got tricked. She tricked the shit out of me. I didn't even know she was on her period until 2 days after the one night stand. Like, here's how I found out. It was 2 days afterwards. I was doing laundry, and I lifted up my pillow, and underneath my pillow was a used tampon.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I said. Well, first I was like, what is that? And then I was like, oh shit. Yeah, I guess she took it out so I wouldn't notice, which by the way, if you're gonna do that to someone, it's 100% gonna work, at least 100% gonna work on me. I'm pretty distracted, right? A lot of things for me to get past me. I'm just grateful that it's happening in the first place, so I'm super gonna miss a lot of stuff. But she took it out so I wouldn't notice, and she hid it under my pillow, but she forgot to take it the next morning, so I slept with a used tampon under my head for 2 days. You think you have weird dreams? Yeah, 2 days. You know, but at least, honestly, I'm just assuming she meant to take it. Maybe she left it there on purpose as some kind of weird lady magic trick, Like nothing in my vagina, but check behind your ear. The worst part about that is that I was under the impression that one night stands were supposed to be no strings attached. All right, thanks a lot, guys. You guys have a good night.
Keep it going, bro. Keep it going for all the comments.